Hey there folks, Brent here for Pastor's Farm. This is your first time to the farm, welcome to the farm. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. In the last video, we took the flail mower to the fields, laid a bunch of clippings down. In this video, we're getting them back up. Be sure to stick around to see what we do with them. The agrifab doesn't necessarily like this longer cut grass. When these clippings get long, they start to act a little wonky underneath. What I've noticed here is that the wheels aren't spinning correctly based on the speed I'm traveling. Trying to figure out what's going on here. Let's have a look and see. Pretty sure I know what's going on, so we're going to raise it up as high as we can to get the sweeper off the ground and reduce tension. And we're going to pull it up here and have a better look at it. If you don't know how this thing works, stick around just a few seconds longer here and you're going to get a good look at what goes on underneath. Yeah, those wheels aren't spinning at all now. That long grass has a tendency to get wrapped around this, and when it does, it chokes it out and stops the sweeper from spinning. This thing works very similarly to a ground-driven hay rake. You've got wheels on the side that use ground speed to turn gears inside. Those gears then transfer speed to the brushes underneath. Those brushes literally sweep the grass and kick those clippings up into the hopper. When this long grass gets wrapped around this bar here in the middle, it causes friction on that side plate and stops it from spinning. Alright, we're going to put this thing all the way back down now. Tighten her back down. That's as low as she'll go, so we're going to pick up max clippings here. Here we go. I don't know about you, but I sure do enjoy watching the clippings fly into this thing. I may or may not have, on more than one occasion, almost run over something in the field because I'm so busy watching this thing work behind me. I will say that I am using this probably above the capacity that it's supposed to be used. It's designed to be pulled behind a lawnmower for the most part. We're running probably 10, 12 miles an hour with this thing across this field, and I know that those gears in there are slowly but surely wearing out. They are plastic, and so I think at some point I may have to look at modifying this. We'll put some bigger, maybe field tires on it and put some metal gears in there when it comes time for a rebuild. That's going to be a tricky process, but one that I imagine we'll eventually have to do. some of this grass is still wet and heavy and doesn't want to pick up well. If it sits for even just a few hours, it dries up enough that it will toss in there pretty good, as you can see here. I can't tell you how useful the ball on this loader bucket is. I use this for pulling the eggmobile, pulling the trailer. Sometimes I'll put a chain around it and yank things out of the ground or move logs or whatever I need to do with it. That thing is so useful. One of my farm customers welded that onto the bucket for me. I'd cut this off camera, got some sweeping done off camera, but this hay is laid here for several days. And I'm going to realize pretty quickly that one, all this bending over is not the way to go. And two, the fact that this is laid here for several days, close to a week, makes me worry about what might be hiding under some of these hay piles.
Ooh, this makes me nervous.
tired of carrying hay from where it was over to the trailer, and I thought, well, just move the trailer closer, why don't you? Like so many other parts of the country, we have had an abnormally wet spring. If you watch Evan out at Country View Acres or Pete out at Just a Few Acres, they've both talked about how wet it's been for them. It's no different here. The garden has basically been left to its own devices. And as you can see, the weeds have just taken over. But we've got a plan to deal with that. It's going to take some doing, but I think by the time we get done, we'll be in much better shape. Y'all hang out with us, see what we've got going on. All right, y'all, so we have done the deed here on the first couple of rows. On the tractor here, I've got a positive and minus, runs into an inverter, takes a tractor battery, ramps it up, sends it through the extension cord, down to our handheld sickle bar mower, and we have worked our way in and around all of these mater plants and taken it down to the dirt. Done 2 rows all together here. Now comes the not fun part of taking all of this and packing it in around here and smothering out all this grass. Some of it will eventually poke up through, inevitably, but when that happens, you just snip it off, throw some more on there, and just snuff it out. You'll eventually get it all beat down. Put y'all back on time lapse here, and let's throw some clippings in the garden. You can see laying out there in the field that I have stockpiled a ton of clippings. Okay, maybe not quite a ton, but a lot.
Well, it was blazing hot and the camera kept shutting down on me. It finally got to the point that it wouldn't even start and turn on. So, away with the camera we did, and we just kept working, and then come a great big old downpour. And we kept a working. And we've got it done. You can see we've got all our maters mulched in. All the maters. Down yonder is a tiny row of maters, and then nothing. That's because stuff died. There's some peppers in that next one, and then you get in some peppers and squash and zucchinis down there.
All right, y'all. We finished up in the garden. Got the eggmobile moved. The sun is getting low in the sky. That's going to do it for us on this video. Appreciate y'all joining us. Hope y'all have a great week, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.